Most content creators fail to get results creating a lot of content because they care about chasing a lot of topics, get all traffic that you can find in their niche, but it doesn't work today. If you are talking about social media, of course, consistency is key. It's better to create quantity, not quality, because nobody knows what works there, and sometimes you can submit some posts and get a lot of engagement, as I usually get on LinkedIn or YouTube. But to get this engagement, I need to create a lot of content, and some of them can bring results. But if you are talking about websites, it doesn't work like this. Because of high competition, there are 1.8 billion websites online that wanna get organic reach. So before creating content, you need to understand the most important rule: less but quality. And I wanna film this video to highlight what does it mean and how you can get results. So watch the entire video and I will lead you in the right direction. The first step, what you need to do: choose priorities. I often see when customers come to me and ask, I wanna cover these keywords, 1,000 keywords, 10,000 keywords. Why you need to cover them if you have limited resources? You can't get results if you try to cover everything. It's better to choose priorities. And I usually search for topics that have a lack of quality content, outdated information. I analyze the top 10 results and think, can I create something better, much better than existing content? When you have topics that where you are confident to create high quality valuable content, choose priorities. Don't try to cover everything. Choose one page, 2 pages, a few pages, but don't try to create 100 pages, especially with limited budget. When you feel that you can improve this page, provide more insights, to submit more value, okay, let's switch after this to another page. But for Google, you need to understand it's super important to have high quality content and much better quality than your competitors have. Sometimes I get the question, why I need to create much better content than competitors have? You can check out them, they rank well, but if you wanna outrank them, it's better to have much better content, and because content is the #1 ranking factor. And if you have much better content, it's a big chance to overcome them and get results. My second tip: learning users intent. For example, when you choose topics, priorities, the second way, learn what users wanna get, to analyze the top 10 results and think how you can provide something better, much better content. For example, if you see a list of products, that means you need to provide a list of products, but you can improve list or submit new items to this list. If you see the article with the question how, okay, write your article by provide more insights. Learn user intent. Don't try to promote and rank the page that e-commerce, but your visitors wanna get an article and info insights. It's simple. Learn user intent before creating content. The tip number 3: creating simple content. I love this tip much more than anything else. I can explain why. For example, when I analyze my clients' websites, their projects, I often see they try to sell everything from one page. If you open their homepage, you can see that all content were submitted for one page, for one visible screen. Open apple.com, you can see that even this brand that costs over $2 trillion have simple content and a lot of white or black space. It depends. That means Apple doesn't try to sell everything. Just consider that your customers, when they open your website, 87% of them are not advanced and they have no time to figure out how to find their needed content or something like this. And when you provide simple content, you can retain them. For example, people often open website and spend a few seconds and leave it and never come back because it's hard to understand. I like the phrase from Albert Einstein that you need to create as simple as possible, but not simpler than that. It works even better today. Just create a simple website structure. Content Marketing Institute provides a study that 76% of users prefer to have experience with a simple design structure. Yep, you can do it as well. Just learn users' intent and think how you can provide simple content. My tip number 4, delegating tasks. I often see when people try to cover a lot. For example, I like writing blogs, but I don't submit to my website. I don't draw any design. I don't optimize for search engines with fixing some technical errors, because in my team I have a content manager, an editor, designer, web developer, and I'm a writer in this process. You can do it as well to have a team, because it's hard to be successful everywhere. You can't draw awesome design. For example, if you have no designers, just open Fiverr and hire designers there. It costs $5-10 to get some unique design for your website. Hire content manager. If you can't allow some content managers in the US, find them in India, Pakistan, or Vietnamese, many other countries, and you can hire some content managers who will submit all your content. It's important to create something new and unique. Have a team, because today it's hard to create the whole content alone. I mean, like about quality and valuable content, because customers, when they open your website or any other visitors, when they consume your content, if they see stock pictures, hard to read content, they leave it. You need to retain them. Especially it's important because Google will provide a new algorithm that concerns user experience. My tip number 5, optimize with it. I can tell what does it mean. Expertise, authority, trust. Google today analyzes websites, check out how people spend time on these websites, some parameters like bounce rate, time on site, and one parameter we can measure it. It calls dwell time. That means if people open your website and get back to search system, it's a negative parameter and decreases your ranking position. What you can do, many visitors, when they open website, they usually check out pages about us, bio, or any other pages. You need to provoke the trust feeling. For example, if you open my website, you can see on my page my photo, my name. If you open my blog, you can find authors, their bio, their photos, videos, or something similar, their experience, because it increases trust. Open my homepage, you can see my photo in the first screen, because it increases trust. What you can do, think how you can increase trust from your customers. Analyze other specific pages, additional pages, contact policy, refund policy, or anything else. Just think how you can increase trust, and handle 1 or 2 social media accounts, because 70% of customers, they check out social media profiles before buying products. You can see that I'm active on LinkedIn, on YouTube, because customers come there and check out, oh, okay, this guy shares about marketing, he's real, he has followers. Yep, that means we can cooperate with them. you can choose any other social media where you feel more confident or where your audience is, and handle, because SEO is not only about content and links, it's more about trust and authority. And the last thing what you can do, provide link building and use white hat SEO. For example, I prefer to find strategies that are related with my content. For example, if you are talking about e-commerce content, it's better to use strategies like guest posting. If you wanna promote your brand, you can be a guest on audio podcasts, use help of reporters out. Yep, it's an awesome resource where you can submit requests to bloggers and journalists, and use any different strategies, skyscraper technique, broken link building, many others. Even submit links on Quora and Reddit and get traffic there, or in social media groups. Just use white hat SEO, because I think that black hat SEO, of course it works seriously, but I don't know about the future, because Google analyzes and tries to overcome all black hat SEO techniques. Okay guys, let me know what you think about my insights, comment below, ask me any questions, I will reply to all of them, and please submit your comment. If you submit awesome comment, I will provide for you my tool for a month. You don't need to pay for this tool, just submit the best possible comment and you'll get this tool. Okay guys, see you the next time. Cheers.